Hey, growing people. Today I'm taking you along for the whole process of dehydrating some baby spinach, and I've got it right here. This is not spinach that I grew. One day I will get there, but today is not that day. So I've just got some store-bought organic baby spinach, and I'm laying it out on my dehydrator tray. I think I have enough to fill up the entire dehydrator. We shall see. So it's just a really simple process of laying out the leaves. They're nice and washed. And I'm not bothering to use the silicone mats on top of the trays because when the spinach shrinks, it's not going to fall through the cracks. So here I've got tray one all done, and into the dehydrator it goes. And all that's left to do now is a lot of repetition. So let's get tray number 2 ready. And it's the same thing. I'm just laying out the spinach leaves. I'm taking out any bits that don't look good or anything that is wilted or browned or discolored. And I discard those pieces and I'm just using the very freshest bits. So here is tray number 2, all done, and into the dehydrator it goes. So this is tray 3, and it's a really fun process. I like this process. Making dehydrating spinach is, I don't know, it's fun. I think it comes out and makes a really, really fun project to do, and useful, of course. So there's tray 4, I believe that's 4, and maybe 5 or 6. I have the whole thing full, and now it's the next day. I dehydrated it overnight, and you can see that the leaves have shrunk significantly, and they're looking good. I think they're all pretty dry. You can see how the trays don't look very full at all anymore. And it looks like it's time to take these out. I'll test it just to see if they're crunchy enough and to see that they're dried as much as they should be and that they don't have any kind of wilty bits in there, but they are all really easy to crumble in my fingers. So that looks and sounds pretty good to me. So I'm just going to take out the trays and collect the leaves. And the last time I dehydrated spinach, I cut off the stems first and I dehydrated those separately, and that made the process really long and tedious, and I did not want to do that again this time. So I just took my chances and just kept the stems on the leaves, and I think it worked out okay because this is baby spinach and none of the stems were very thick. So here I'm just collecting all the leaves, and it's a lot. It fills up, a nice bowl. And I think I started with, I think it was 2 pounds that came in that original plastic container of spinach. So this is what I have. It looks so pretty. It's so nice. And what we're going to do with it now is we are going to powder it. And I want to show you this powder that I made before. It's baby spinach powder. And I have had it for a couple of months, and look how pretty it is. It's like the prettiest green I've ever seen. So this is what I'm aiming to make some more of. And I think you can see on here the demarcation of the really dark green at the bottom. That was the leaves, and then on top was the dehydrated and powdered stems, which are a little bit lighter green. But altogether, it worked out well last time, so I want to repeat the process and make some more powder. I've got my blender here. I'm just going to fill it up. So it's full of leaves now. I'm going to turn it on. I hope it's not too loud. And look how quickly just turns into powder so quickly. And check out that smoke. It's like green spinach powder smoke. But it sure did condense down a whole lot into almost nothing. But it's good to look at it and see that it's, not gummy on the inside. That means that it really dehydrated well. So I'm just going to collect it in this jar. And it's looking really good. It's pouring really nicely. And I'm just going to repeat the process. All of those handfuls that we put into the blender just made just the tiniest amount of powder. But that's okay, because that is a great way to store it, so that you don't have to store, either the fresh leaves or the dried leaves. You can store grains in powdered form. And it's rolling around the jar nicely, which means that it's not wet. So let's repeat and do the same thing over again. And the goal is to fill up this jar, and I really hope that all of this will fit in the jar and make a nice amount. So here's the second batch. It's kind of a messy process, and I've got the funnel this time, but it's still kind of a messy process, and that's all right. It's part of the fun. So from that second batch, it's still not even half a pint, but we're getting there. And it looks really good. It's really pretty. And it's going to be easy to add this to any kind of recipe that I want to use it in. So speaking of recipes, let's make something with this spinach powder. Let's make a smoothie. So I've got strawberries and pineapple and blueberries and avocado from the garden. And I'm just going to tip this into the blender with 2 teaspoons of veggie powder or baby green powder and some water, and mix it up. And it turns this really beautiful dark purple mauve color. And I am excited to try it because it looks absolutely delicious. And that is my whole process of making baby spinach powder from fresh leaves. It's great to use in lots of recipes, soups, casseroles, smoothies, and it tastes great. I hope you try it. We'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.